The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning. Let's have some fun. Bottom line, tablet and pen. Let's begin. Now, there's a bunch of things you need to know. If you haven't been here before, get that tab and pen and write everything down. If you've been here before, write it down again and again. You got to make things habit forming. Okay? Now, let's understand. I brought in my first million at 14 and a half years old. 2.6 billion in corporate structure at 26. So you might just want to listen to me since I'm the #1 coach worldwide for over 30 years, helping millionaires get to billionaires. Maybe today you let me help you get to millionaire, we'll get you a billionaire too, but it's up to you. By the way, this is live, always live. I'm live 6 days a week. So there's no picture, there's no recording. See, I need you to put it here, not on your film, not on your camera. You never pay attention to it anyway, because you're not allowed to in the first place. Now, here, we want to make sure it's habit forming. Now, I like goodies. What can I say? I like Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and helicopters, and yachts. But I'm only going to show what I obtained. I don't need to rent anything. I've been retired for over 30 plus years. So guess what? 6 days a week, you can play with me. So let's understand, rags to riches, that was me. What can I say? I got born in a taxi on the way to Gardena Hospital. She didn't want me. I got to be with Mrs. Rich, famous Hope family. And all she did is use and abuse me too. So your journey today can begin with me, but we're going to take away all the excuses. So let's understand we're going to play, but I'm going to give you a bunch of good information today too. Next thing is you got to look behind the curtain. You see, sorry, don't take it personally. Most people follow like ducks and sheep. Okay, and they do the same silly thing someone taught them. It's like when I explained to you about personal business credit today. All right, you're going to hear things you never heard before. And you're going to have to write them down, so pay attention. Because I want to get you to millionaire. Is that okay? So as we play the game, let's get this thing simple. Why don't you get out your personal credit cards and your personal wallet right now? Why don't we put a sticky in the back of the card? You see, here's the thing. All right, you followed like friends and family. I call ducks and sheep. And you got credit. Took you 2 or 3 years to figure it out. And the reality is I'm going to tell you things today you should have known all along. If you write down the stick in the back of the card and you put down exactly the limit of the card and you maintain 25% always and you never go past 29%. It's the rules and tools. Here's $100,000 of credit in front of you. Now let's understand what this does. If blanket the fan, lost a job, or pandemic, I would have 71,000 of safety credit. And you don't have to do this garbage about your credit going up and down. It's like people screwing things up. I don't get it. I never understand why somebody wants to jack up their credit and think that's going to solve a problem. You see, you jack it up, you get stuck, you can't get any more. And you can't write up diddly squat. Why don't we create the line of defense so you never bring the pain home again? Is that okay with you? Next thing, we got to think about what happened to me. I started helping Hand Industries. I was 9 and a half. I sent away my money order to the Secretary of State of California. I got a corporation, came back. I got $100,000 credit in the mail. I got named in the movie Dave. But at 12 and a half years old, I had a bigger problem. I got sued. I was named in a lawsuit. Can you imagine? I'm basically ordered to go to court, all right, 12 and a half years old, because I started the first Orange County Blind Center, all right, and basically I used the word Braille. I didn't realize about trade names, trademarks, and copyrights. You see, the Braille Institution owns the word Braille. It's kind of like today, you use Velcro, right? No, you don't. You use hook and loop. Velcro is a company in El Segundo, California. Oh, you blow your nose on Kleenex? No, you just call tissue. I had to learn to master that too. So I told the judge I didn't understand it, but now I do. So I had to show it to him too. So let's understand. So it scared that crap out of me. All right, it literally did. So what am I going to do to protect myself and my family? I learned at 7.5 years old that a corporation is a legal person. And that's how you get credit and all kinds of things that I created for me. But to get sued and pulled into court, that scared you know what out of me. So I had to figure out something. So let's think. If you have a corporation today and they sue the corporation, then you're named in the lawsuit because you're on the Secretary of State's website, and then you're a duck and a sheep. Doesn't that bring the pain home? Now, you could be right. You could not be guilty or whatever, but then it's $25,000 for the retainer for the attorney. And after they drug you in the depositions, raising your hand, tearing apart your life and your bank accounts. Me, I created division process. Once you write it down, division process under a corporation. We're going to explain things what you need to do today to get to millionaire. So the goal is, number one, never bring the pain home. So let's understand. The next thing is they always say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. The grown-ups kept saying all these weird things. I kept saying, what do you mean by that? Can you explain it to me? I thought the grown-ups were just stupid. They thought I was stupid. You know why? Because I write with two hands at the same time, and I have another conversation. And what happens to me is I have total recall, and I freak them out, and my IQ is 203. You know what? They thought I was stupid and retarded. Nobody writes with two different hands at the same time and talk. What I did. I thought they were kind of dumb. So let me explain something to you. Your corporation today, if you have one, the Secretary of State's website, like I said earlier, they're going to see you. Who's the duck now? So when a lawsuit happens, you're going to be named in it. Be prepared. If you have the division process that I invented, created in 85, 86, you have the ability to protect you and the corporation and your family. So let's understand. They also said, put all your ducks in a row. What does that mean? I kept asking the grown-ups, could you explain this to me? So many people going blah, blah, blah. I don't understand, stupid. I really don't. So here it is for you. I gave them the blueprint, and then I want to give you that we get a corporation with 3 divisions and $1 million of credit. And we never bring the pain home. Is that okay? So I have a foolproof program that you can never screw up. Isn't that fun? As long as you follow through. Can you do your part? And I'll tell you what your part is too. Now, here's some famous clients. Aren't that fun? All right, Superman from Gold's Gym. Oh, goody. College professor, Bio University. Guy homeless, lived in his car for 3 years. Get your blank to the workshops. New car, new house, new business. Whee! Now here's Pixar. He worked for Pixar. He's $1.6 million in credit. Is that okay? Oh, little Karen got properties in Long Beach, California. She's got her videos out there too. 1.2 million in 9 months. Wow. Now we even help people coming out of prison. Can you imagine? All right, here's Freeway Ricky Dicky Ross. Got him golds and platinum cards. You can get up to $1 million. Isn't that fun? Thomas was in prison for 26 years. Wow. When he got out, within 8 months, I got him his first dump truck. That's the business he wanted to go into, making millions a year. Simple. You see, what you have to understand is it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. Because what you didn't look at is what's happening around you. You follow like ducks and sheep and your friends and family. You didn't question enough. It was easier just to follow, I'm a sheep, I'm a duck. Franklin D. Roosevelt, our president at the time, January in 1934, confiscated all the gold. They called it the Gold Act. And then they called it Fort Knox. See, if you got your SSN, that's the SS5 form you filled out to get your SSN called Social Security card, or you did it from 14 to 16 years old. Okay, we didn't read the application or pay attention. If you did, you would have never had shitty credit in the first place. Sorry to say it that way, but it's true. The next thing, we had Nixon who took the gold standard out, August 1971. So that means every woman at the hospital is federally mandated to sign an SSN, which is an SS5 form, at the hospital within 2 hours of the baby's born. If not, she can't take her own child home. See the rules and tools, how to play. So the biggest problem that most of you have is, probably all of you, is you make a mistake. You didn't kind of dissect, look behind the curtain kind of thing. SSN, that's what you understand. You have one Social Security card. It's an SS5 form that is a SSN, and it creates a 1040 tax return. We are the people. We, the people. Oh, goody for that. But then every dollar we bring in is tax, 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 and probate when we're dead. All right, well, that's kind of sad, but it's true. Then the next thing, we watch banks, grocery stores, and cities fall bankruptcy. How do they do that too? Simple. The other problem is I'm rhyming all the time. I don't try, but it just comes out because they say both sides work. Oh, wow. So guess what? I did write a couple rap songs from famous rappers. They're clients of mine too. So let's look at what the corporations and the banks and the grocery stores and cities do. They take the SS4. So here we have SSN, which is an SS5 form, and an SS4 form. Legal name of entity. You see that right there? Individual person or individual person. Are you a person? Would that hurt if that happened to you? So let's see what we got to do. Why don't we put your name on line one, and why don't you open these and turn them up real good and learn to play? See, is an SS5 form equals SSN and 1040 tax return. We look at the SS4 equals 1120 tax return, known as the tax ID. Now, the problem is, sorry, you didn't have to bring the pen home in the first place. I don't understand. You see, when you jack this up, you get stuck. You can't write out diddly squat. You can't basically what? You get stuck. You can't get any more. And why would you jack it up in the first place? Wouldn't that be kind of dumb? All that does is hurt the family. Corporate credit through my system, when you get to write it all off, it's all under the tax ID. So that gives you truly a second chance to play the game and win. So understand, I want you to play with the IRS. That's right. I want you to play by the rules. See, I meet dummies all the time. I didn't file tax in 10 years, blah, blah, blah. They all should just go to prison. I mean, come on, let's understand something. The IRS, under the 1244 irs.gov, why don't you look it up today? You can take your SS5 form, which is SSN, and the SS4, and file one tax return. Can you imagine? Like a husband and wife file joint too. What do? You almost never pay tax again. So if you play by the rules, you can actually win the game. The lack of knowledge makes people do stupid things. People aren't stupid. They just do something stupid, falling like ducks and sheep. So we got 5 things to think about why corporate credit. It's simple. All right, it's free money. It's a write-off. Everything under the tax ID is a write-off. It's free money as long as you maintain the payment. The next thing we got to think about is this. We're not hurting our family. All right, the ultimate goal, divisions give you the line of defense. And you can build your legacy for your family. Is that okay? So let's think about the United States of America. You heard of that before? They took 50 corporations, called them states. They took corporations and called them cities. They invented Chapter 9 bankruptcy under the Federal Protection Act. And what happens is if they can't pay the debt, they bankrupt 11 cities in front of you. So your biggest problem is you. Sorry. We the people. Corporations, a legal person. Please stop bringing the pain home. All right, so I created a division process for one reason. I didn't want to bring the pain home like you. And everything I had as a kid being used and abused, it sucks in a second chance. Why don't you write down the divisions, write down 9 today, okay? Now I want you to think, and I want you to really write this down, kind of like a blueprint. Division of me. Write it down, division of me. There's that form again that says individual person or an entity. So I could take your name in my system, add you to line 1, corporation, division, subsidiary. Okay, and I can build you a corporate umbrella if you allow me to. Now, what does this do? Let's take a real example. One of the Lamborghinis in the car collection, okay? Here's the keys. If I bought that Lamborghini under me, the payment is $6,800 a month because it's a $1 million car. So that means that if they take it away, the creditor turns it to the IRS as a 1099-C. That means I'm double stupid. That's not me. Oh, we get it to the corporation, so they sue the corporation, they still sue me. Well, that sucks too. What's the solution, Ray? Simple. I got the Lamborghini through the division of a corporation. I showed you SSN, SS4, right? I guarantee is SS4. So I have no intent to do fraud, but I have the intent to build millions and billion-dollar companies. Okay. So if I got a problem, I can do the 3-step. Can you write it down? I can disconnect, isolate, incorporate, and put it aside while I maintain the other pieces in the corporations of the companies, like your banks, grocery stores, and cities do. Isn't that fun? If I can't save it within about 6 months, I'm going to bankrupt the hell out of it under the Federal Protection Act because I'm allowed to. Your banks and grocery stores do that too, but they get a write-off. Not like you. You bring the pain home. That kind of sucks. Oh, okay. We're going to sign a lease on a building. What if the business doesn't work? Or what if you want to expand and you're locked into a lease? You're kind of stuck. So if we do the lease under the division of a corporation, all right, and there's a problem, I can disconnect, isolate, incorporate. Do I guarantee me or guarantee a division of me? Division of me. So if I play the game I want to win, every piece of property, I can do that again and again. Now here's the problem. I watch the videos on Tickety Talk, Google, YouTube, and all the blah, blah, blah. I've never seen so many people full of crap in their life. You need LLCs. You got to do this. Rich and famous people. We got a pot to piss in. Here's another one. You got to get your children working. You get a tax credit. Bottom line is IRS, SS4. You're not taxable till you're profitable. Who gives a damn what type of corporation until you get to million and billion? Okay? Well, the rest of that's just BS. So today we got to tell you the truth. Did you know there's something called the Fair Lending Act? It allows one card to get you 99 more. How many millions would you like? So, but it's under the tax ID. So let's play. Let's show you one more time. All right. If you replace you under SS4, if something goes wrong with that Lamborghini, what I'll get to do? I get to do the 3-step, disconnect, isolate, incorporate. So I can replace it again with another SS4. I don't have to stress out myself, and I can maintain my 750 and above. Isn't that what you're trying to do? But it's up to you. So let's play. Let's understand a division of me, guarantee, credit card, house, franchise. Isn't the goal not to bring the pain home? But again, all these people out there going blah, 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 don't know what the hell they're talking about. And you've been falling like ducks and sheep. So understand, we're going to build a corporate umbrella. Is that okay? Now, let's understand. So I want you to write down a number, whatever number you're on right now. All right, I'm going to go onto the Secretary of State's website. That's what I want you to write down. I want you, if you have a corporation, find it. Then I want you to find your name and hopefully scares the crap out of you. Now, if you use your home address like 87% of the people do, please change that because that's really stupid. Why? All states sell you in a mailing list. That's how you get robocalls and junk mail. So do yourself a favor. All right, isolate it. Check it out today. Look behind the curtain. And here's what we're going to do next. You're going to learn to put your ducks in a row. I had to give the grown-ups a solution when I was a kid. They sue the court. They sue you. You became a duck. Doesn't that suck? So the reality is divisions give you the line of defense. And that way they're filed even privately anyway. So we could play 2 per each item you want to obtain today too. So understand. So, all right, number 1, understand. You cannot have the intent to defraud. If you're a fraudster, go away. Don't have the intent to be a fraudster, okay? So the corporation is going to manage divisions like banks, grocery stores, and cities do. One goes bad, I get to disconnect, isolate, incorporate. If you have a corporation, I'll tell you what, if not, I'll hand you one for free. How about we get you a $100,000 card? They actually can push up to $1 million. How about we go from there and go, would you like 9 sisters? That's how you build credit to the corporation that I designed for the last 45 years. And we go, wee! Isn't that okay? Why would anybody take money from the family when they ever had to? I don't understand. People aren't stupid. Why do they do stupid things? So we get to play. The goal is to never bring the pain home. So corporate credit, write-off, personal credit, got not, okay? Understand? Now let's give you an example. Here's a $100 million building across the street from South Coast Plaza Mall. Here's that $1 million Lamborghini. Here's a $5 million mansion. Just one of the ones I obtained. Here's one of the $1 million race boats. Wow. What's the difference? I obtained these. Why haven't you? I don't understand. Why have you not obtained these goodies? Your goal should be running as fast as you can to get your first million of credit. But let's start at the 100,000. So you got one source, me. I'm truly online 6 days a week. I've been in front of people 6 days a week or online for the last 45 years. So you got one source that'll hold your hand with no BS in between. And I have fun with you too. So I like goodies. You like goodies yet? But against the goal. You should focus. You want to be a corporate millionaire. Okay, that should be your focus today. As we break it down, I have a foolproof program. Now I do private coaching as well. I'm usually 25,000 a day and 3,000 an hour for most companies. But this is my hobby, as my wife says. So the group of people can watch me online and social media too. So you get one blue credit call, it's 250 bucks. You get basically 3 for $4.99. You get basically 7 for $7.99. And if you want the rest of the year, 26 weeks, 26 calls, it's $27.99. It's up to you. So let me do this. Since I trained Ken Yarborough years ago, that was Security Chief TRW in Aspirin. TRW stood for The Reports Rom, Thomas Raymond Warridge. They made bicycle parts. Okay, if you let me add you to my credit system and I can rebuild you, as long as you follow through, you can get your $5 million mansion too. So what's your goal? Simple. Do yourself a favor today. Figure out how many working days are left of the year, because you need to know that. Working days. Next, we have to do a couple things. I like you, if you want to be very aggressive, you have to learn to circle your city. You take the city map, you blow it up, you put it on the wall, you start targeting businesses. Franchise, storage units, apartments, duplex, target the future. Circle your city and basically do a couple things, and it's basically see it, believe it, go get it. See, you watch people come to this country and make millions and billions, and you said they're going, beep, beep, beep. That's got to stop. It's your turn. It's your turn. So 6 days a week this year, my final year, you can play with me if you want to. All right? I've done it for 45 years. So I got a program, and I want you to think. What is your ultimate goal? You want to create a residual income. I haven't had a paycheck for 30 years. Let's see what I do, okay? Anything above $10,000 on corporate credit under tax ID, full write-off, all right, doesn't usually show up on personal credit reports. Let's take a $100,000 Wells Fargo card. Let's take the $100,000, take it off the card. Let's put it back in the Wells Fargo in the bank. Let's reference 3 times 5. Can you write down reference 3 times 5? All right, because you can get up to 1.5 million of a line of credit. Now, understand that's called checkbook money. Okay. All right, I'm going to get checkbook money and I'm going to get leveraging money. So we're leveraging this first, then we're going to get into checkbook money as well. We're going to be in a franchise. Now we're going to have another company manage it. It's okay. An apartment complex. That's the corporation. Those are divisions. Okay. We're going to show that even more. So what happens if you do what I say to do? That first 100,000 basically gives you financial freedom. This would create between 10,000 and up to 50,000 a month for the corporation. So understand, maybe you want to do a Section 8 properties. You got 14 states that have them at 45,000, 100,000, 250, 500,000. From here, what do we create? A legacy, and we start with 3 Section 8 properties. So now we got money coming in, and the goal is to get $10,000 to $50,000 per month, and then build onto that too, residual income. Next, we got to think about have a boot camp coming up. All right, not this weekend, following weekend. All right, basically Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, 9 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, very simple. So what happens is we're going to tear apart the 18 books and CDs, and we're going to talk about more about leveraging money. We're going to talk about legacies, leaving them. All right, planning to die and protect our assets too. Every one of the boot camps always has a different tone, and that's the ultimate goal. So the bottom line is, I'd like you to take a moment, look in the mirror today, 5 minutes when nobody's around, put yourself in check, ask yourself what you did yesterday to create yourself your first million. If it's diddly squat, you got a lot of work to do. Think about getting the repo list for boats, cars, houses, apartment complex, duplexes, maybe the probate list, divorce list, supply and vendor credit. Your corporation should have $1 million of credit, so it's at every division, and then checkbook money and then supply money. So we can create, and as we run hard, by the time you turn around, if you did what I said to do, you're probably going to have about a $10 million company. But the biggest problem we have is just you. You are your biggest problem. Don't think, just do. Think about checking out every expo, franchise, and hedge fund. See what we can do. Now, understand, that's why you don't want to miss this next boot camp. It's going to be my last one. Hopefully that's true. Because however the reason, there's always another one coming up. I don't want them to do that anymore. So here's an ultimate package, okay? Maybe you'll think about this. This is private calls in the video conference. See, this Saturday is the last video conference for everybody in that 6-month program. This Saturday, it's over. That's it. All right, come Monday, it's like, what do they do now? I hope they learned enough to go next step. Here's 90 days of private calls. The office is giving 30 days. Here's 90 days of level 1, 2, and specialty classes and 9 divisions. So here's what happens. There are 6 things you can try to do right now. The first 2, you're getting the boot camp and the bonus credit for the $9.99 or the $19.98. The only first 2, that's all you get. The next 4, all right, what you do is you get all the goodies and the calls and all the workshops too. So again, take a picture of this just to let you know what needs to be done if you're interested in that too. It's a Zelle. If you don't know Zelle, click it. Ray Reynolds recipient, ray@raisecredit.com always. In this Zelle, you always write down RW, what you Zelle for and what it's you're Zelling for. It makes simple. RW means Ray's webinar because you purchased it through them. That means I don't have to pay a commission to a sales rep. Okay, simple. So I like goodies. You like goodies yet? God's gift, the mansions in the harbor, the race boats and the yachts too. I like goodies because I didn't like being used and abused as a kid. By the way, I've accomplished every goal I've ever had. So let's understand. I hold the record for the highest kick and the fastest kick in 1981. And white men do jump. Just stupid people say we don't. Or I kicked at the lights at night because some guy pissed me off, sorry to say. From there, no matter where you come from, you can accomplish your goals. Nothing stops you but you. So I don't hear the word no. When they say no, I say thank you, and I find a way anyway. So the lack of knowledge makes men and women do stupid things. We could stop bringing the pain home. But you got to listen because I'm the #1 coach worldwide. So let's see. 1,000 steps to millionaire, and you learn to be a certified CFO. Here's my legacy. I'm going to leave $10 billion to the Ray Reynolds University. My kids are officers. They don't have to pay tax. They just get to play with the money. So what legacy did you get? Come on, what legacy did you get from your family? It's probably a big fat 0. Probably it's true. See, we got to change this direction for the whole world. So let's think today, okay? Your legacy you received is probably nothing. Okay, from there, your legacy you're going to leave behind, what is it going to be? Why don't we take the corporation, all right, and tie it into an irrevocable trust? So when we're dead, then the irrevocable trust controls the goodies because we can't live forever, but a corporation can. Is that okay? So why don't we think differently than they've ever thought before? So let's take and write down UCC1. Go through your house, your office, and list all your goodies and tie it to a UCC1. Who do you want to leave everything to? Irrevocable trust. Okay? That would be pretty simple to do. You can also turn that into a note and call it a chattel mortgage if you wanted to. But see, if everything's left into irrevocable trust, all right, there's certain things you can do. It's kind of like if you had a life insurance policy, whole life policy. I would tell you not to pull the money out because you have to pay tax. I would tell you to borrow against it in the beneficiary irrevocable trust. You never pay it back? Who cares? You never pay tax. Oh, how about that 401k, which I think are crap anyway? Do the same thing, but it's up to you. So who's going to get the goodies when you die? Irrevocable trust. See, if everybody did this, our families, next generations, more would literally inherit the corporation with residual income. But again, that's just my theory for all of you. So I like giving back credit, personal business up to times 10, and most of my programs for you too. So let's draw that diagram in front of you. It's a corporation with divisions. Your Bank of America's bankrupt thousands of locations, and they got a tax credit. Their parent company manages what? Branches, branch number. That's why there's a number to it. So your B of A, your Chase, your US Bank, all right, literally, and Wells Fargo and even more. Sam's Club, Geico, Cities. So your biggest problem is you don't know how to play. And the only excuse I always hear is, no one taught me, Ray. Who the hell taught me? I had to fight to get out of hell, and I had to figure it out myself too. It's about time you step up to the plate. Stop bringing the pain home. Become a certified CFO and reprogram your brain to millionaire status. I started my blueprint. I was 9.5 years old at the Torrance Library next to the police department. I call it see it, believe it, go get it. So let's understand you get one SSN, all right, we're ducks and sheep. So let's think, wow, my thought of the week. Now that you've got the tools and you're learning tools and rules, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Isn't it about time we basically see it, believe it, go get it? I don't understand. All you needed is the tools and rules and get the money to get the honey. But it's up to you. So we have the choice to play the game and we can win. Why don't we repackage your whole life? Would that be okay with you? So why don't we draw the diagram in front of you, right there? Corporation managing entities called divisions. What does that do? It stops bringing the pain home. You put your ducks in a row. You let me repackage you under the same corporate umbrella. That's all you got to do. So the bottom line is I got my new TV show coming up next year. So that's why this is my last and final year of the 6 days a week. Here's rich and famous people. I help them too. Now, what did you do? You sit around the kitchen table with your friends and family, going to start a business. Oh, goody. And what happened next? We're going to hawk the house, jack up the cards, and screw it all up. 9 out of 10 people screw this up every day. Why would they use their personal credit along the way? I don't understand. Maybe a little bit. But hopefully someone said, what if it goes wrong? See, hurting the family is not acceptable. So your focus should be never bring the pain home. Write down today's date, project 90 working days. Let's see it, believe it, go get it. I wrote Winning the Game of Business 45 years ago. So I sold the Millionaires Founders Kit at the Bonaventure for 32 years every Wednesday night for $5,000 a set. You can get them for free if you want today, but you got to sell $99 for shipping and handling too. You pay shipping and handling $99, you get the 12 books and CDs, or it gives you the full blueprint up to $1 million. There you go. Simple. But if you don't do that, then you miss out. From there, there's your Zell. As we play, my new system coming out is very simple. How to create $1 million under the corporate structure. It'll have little memory sticks. It'll have DVD, and it'll also have removable inserts. It goes for $2,000, by the way. All right. So the bottom line is basically starting a business, all right, running a business. The people around you, your friends, your family, your employees, are they going to help you or push you off the cliff? They're going to catch you, or you're going to fall down and die. See, me, it's pretty simple. I get up every day at 2:25. I've had to. When I was a little kid being used and abused at 2:30, if I didn't get up by 2:25, the abuser would get me. So my brain wakes up every day ever since then. I dropped to my knees this morning and said, thank you, Jesus, for another day. Then I go look in the mirror. See, I got to put myself in check. When you don't get a mommy and a daddy, you got a choice. Feel sorry for yourself or go kick some ass at. I'd rather go kick ass at. So sorry, most of you follow like ducks and sheep. And your friends and family, they haven't made it yet. They cloud your direction. Let me show you what happened to me in July 4, 2009. Everything's great. I got 3 yachts in the backyard, making millions and billions. I'm helping people 6 days a week. My wife wants to take out one of the yachts in the backyard to watch the fireworks. Okay. With a group of people. Here I am. The next day I get to die. Sucks. I'm in a different place. I hear what's going on in the room, but I'm dead. Well, it's kind of weird too. My tax attorney tricks my wife to sign a POA. All right, the nurse asked my wife if I was a donor. They're going to rip out my heart, take it away. But I got a choice that day, stay in peace or go back. I said, go back. So I'm going to show you why I believe I'm God's example. I moved 24 times being used and abused. So I was 11.5 years old. From there, I've been shot twice. I've been knifed 6 times. I have no excuses. I went through everything you did and probably more. So let's turn around and let's understand something. No more feeling sorry for yourself if you do. What we're going to do is understand I'm God's true example for you. So what do we get to do? I got a book coming out this year. It's called Jesus is Not a Drive-Through. So being a Christian's a way of life, not a moment in time. So we got to get past go because I think you're stuck. How about we show you some of the Lamborghinis, the Duffy, some mansions? How about white men do jump in some more Lamborghinis? All right. And we have race boats in the backyard and helicopters, U-Docks, yachts, and Ferraris. Is that okay that I call it Ray's Rules? Because I'm going to show things I obtained. Ultimate goals. Have fun. The blueprint. See it, believe it, go get it. So I want you to think about what you're really trying to do. Credit repair, sorry to say it's a fraud. I can't believe how many stupid people give 100 plus a month to some credit repair company and think they have a friggin' magic wand. You got to be responsible for your debt. You got to man up, woman up. They don't have a magic wand. Even the Federal Trade Commission says they can't collect money up front, but they do. Why don't you write down Section 611 today? Figure out what you can do for yourself too. Now, I'm going to tell you flat out, if you have an open collection account, man up, woman up. You can't rip off your creditor. Understand that? So if you want the 750 score, there's only 3 things you need to do. Number 1, negotiate an open collection account. All cards need to be at 25-29%, but 2. And bottom line is, if you let me do a rapid refresh that I invented 39 years ago, you'll have a 750 score. Now, if that's what you want, then we're done. You want to be a certified CFO of the corporate divisions. I call that the KISS method, by the way. Keep it simple, stupid. People aren't stupid, but they sure do a lot of stupid things. Here's your first 25 steps today. We got into it, Credit Karma. It's free. No fun ever to help you. Why don't you let me analyze your credit? Why don't I have the ability and let me kind of tell you what needs to be done so I can guide you and coach you. You want the 750? It's very simple. Every Saturday, all right, at 1:30 Pacific Standard Time, I call case numbers in rotation, and I tell people exactly what they need to do on their part, and then I do the rest for them too. Here's the application most people didn't pay attention to, probably all of you. Application for Social Security card. It says name to be shown on card, other names at birth, and other names you want to use. So the SS5 form equals SSN 1040 to track our income. From there, you look at the card. You probably didn't read front and back in your personal wallet today. It'll say do not laminate, do not carry with you, and don't use for ID purposes, and you do that anyway. And it always says Property Assessment Administration, not you. So we got our first paycheck, and what did we do? We got our SSN. They got our 1040 tax return. Then we thought the company we worked for was ripping us off because half the money was missing until they pointed out the IRS gets your cut before you get the leftover. That's what makes us ducks and sheep, because we don't pay attention to how to play, but I do. So let's understand today, corporation's a legal person. We, the people, we play with the IRS's rules and tools. We go irs.gov. We look up the 1244. We file one tax return. And we almost never pay tax anymore. One SSN, one SS4 for the corporation. So here we're ducks and sheep, and if this sues the corp, they still sue you. That's kind of silly and dumb too. Well, how did the banks and grocery stores do it, Ray? Well, they have subsidiaries. Division process solves the problem for you. You never have to bring the pain to the corporation or you ever again, but that's up to you. Understand how to play the game and win. Business is a game. That's why I wrote Winning the Game of Business 40 plus years ago. If you allow me to repackage you, I can make you a qualified CFO for the corporation and the divisions. At the same time, I want you to pay attention to the SS4 so you can choose wisely and be a double CFO. Understand? Put your ducks in a row under the same corporate umbrella. That would be the ultimate goal. So that form again, right in the corner, which most people don't pay attention to, and I mentioned several times today, it's an SS5 form. So if we compare that SS5 to the SS4, line 1, legal name of entity or individual person. So let's understand today, corporations, banks, grocery stores, cities, they bankrupt locations on branch numbers and tax IDs. And then they get a tax credit. You tend to go home and go boo-hoo-hoo because you'd be doing it wrong anyway for you. banking and credit purposes, right in front of you. Again, per entity. So if we learn to play the corporation you have, or I'll hand you one, should only do 4 things. That means we buffer tax, no taxes due till you're profitable. A corporate credit, it's all the damn write-off. Every dime is under the tax ID. Fleet car, free buffet at the hotel. The division should do the 7 steps in the beginning. Line of defense, mess up one, get another one. No intent to do fraud, they're cheap. Multiple functions, buy at wholesale price. Multiple credit reports and separate liability for especially real estate too. So let's write down, all right, divisions give you the line of defense. Next, under the same corporate umbrella, tax ID, debt follows tax ID, and I can set up credit reports for you if you allow me to as we play. So let's understand, I will guarantee exactly what I say I can do for every one of you, as long as you're part of the program and you do exactly what I ask or tell you to do. Okay? First of all, you never jack up cards during the program. That's a violation, because then I have to do more analyzations, and you're the one who jacked into it, not me, so don't blame me for your own silliness too. Next, I add history to you in the corporate divisions. Very simple. It means you're going to get things in the mail that says you're pre-qualified and you're not. Please do not apply for credit during the program. If you crash your rapid rescore, you will pay the next one, or we just close your case. I paid for the first one for all clients anyway. So again, you got a collection account, negotiate it, please. You got an IRS problem, they have a form called 656 433A and B. Past cannot change future. Simple to do. So let's understand. Here's that 750 waiting for you again. From there, let's analyze you. Let's do a rapid refresh, and we push the scores up. Now this means it's simple. Here's a 750 and above. All rapids give you 750 and above, as long as you do your part and you're part of the program. That's all you need to do. Here's an example. All right, she was told to use half her cards and the other half for 0. She didn't have bad credit. She just was told by her CPA attorney wrong, so she's maintaining a 651, and she's worth millions of dollars. So here's no green lights. Over here, I balance the debt, help her some more, and what do? Create green lights. So there's a good example, but let's understand, here's a bankruptcy. All right, they bankrupt everything, him and his wife. Here's $500 unsecured to build you up. Or here's 11 collection accounts. You basically have collections for everybody. Here's 3,000 to help balance the debt. So the goal is, as we rebuild you, we can try to spot credit all the way. The goal is to stop bringing the pain home. So if you want credit rebuilding, rapid rescore, all right, rapid refresh, you go to class on Saturday. All right, our target is 750 score. I'm going to charge you $999. I'm going to give you $1,000 card back to you. All right, so you can reimburse yourself. From there, during this broadcast, I discount it to $499. Then the card becomes $500. Okay. The goal is to reimburse you for what you invested. Well, we're going to change things because you've been ripped off by friends and family in companies because you allow that to happen to you too. So take a picture. It's Zelle only. From here, if you want to refer people, that's good. I'll build more credit, or I'll sell you back 10%. But that person that you refer better name your name when they sign up, not after the fact. If not, they blew it for you. If you want to make sure you get credit for that referral, email me the name and phone number. That's all you got to do. From there, I need you to pay attention today. You see, are you a voter? I need you to pay attention how you got the robocalls and the junk mail. They sell the voting list 412 times a year. Next, you have to understand, all right, if you have a cable bill, cable bills do the same thing. Next, from there, you have a corporation. Why don't you take a minute today and remove yourself off the national mailing list and opt out for 5 years or a lifetime, 888-567-8688. So let's understand that step number 4. Number 5 is planning the problem. See, you allowed your friend and family member to rip you off. Sorry, you did. You spent thousands on crap that probably didn't work. So we're going to plan the problem from now on. You're going to write down safety credit, like I told you earlier, and put the sticky there with the discipline I told you to. Line of defense. So let's understand, when I drew this for Yarborough years ago, TRW became a Experian. 0 to 29 is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. So you're going to find out that that sticky is going to help you with your discipline. That's step number 5 today. So let's understand something. It's very simple to do. Now, the ultimate goal is everybody's got a problem. Everybody has a problem. We all got bills to pay, companies too, and all the goodies. So remember something today. This crap has to stop. Ah! I'm going to crash. Jacking up a card is no solution. It drops your score, you get stuck, you can't get any more, you can't ride a dilly squat. Getting to the point you have gold and platinum cards that you can max out because they don't fluctuate your credit ever, as long as you maintain the payment. There's the solution. Okay? Ultimate, up to $1 million. So what people do is they lose their job, have an emergency. What happens next? They run out of time, they run out of money, and they can't wait to go jack it up and feel sorry for themselves. And then basically boo-hoo. Do what I did. I came out of a coma, they stole my life. I had 12 garage sales in Huntington Beach, got cited 3 times. I sold my wedding ring, my bracelet, my Rolex. Okay, I had to get out of hell. Oh, I'm sorry. You got a mommy and a daddy that makes you kind of soft. Maybe that's why you don't have the guts to go get it, some of you. There's no excuse. There never has been an excuse. How bad you want your life to get where you want to go? It's like today, simple. You need $5,000. You need it now. Ask your friends and family at bank. They say no when you need it. You don't need it. Here you go. This is a $5,000 card. I max that sucker out and payment's $50 a month. What the average person wastes every other day. They say the average person wastes 140 a week. That's $600 a month. If I take a corporate credit card under tax ID, get to write off interest rate and credit card too, $50,000, the payment's $612.26. So what the average person wastes, kind of, sorry to say, pisses away every month. During a pandemic, that's 2 pizza restaurants using some common sense. No more excuses. White men do jump. Just stupid people say we don't. We got Nixon, they took the gold standard out. Now I want you to write down Ray's rules again. Why? Simple. 2 cards, 100,000. 29% utilization, you have 71,000 of safety. You don't bring the pain, I'm hurt the family ever again. Something gets screwed up at the division, not the corporate, not your family. That's your cake and eat it too. Raise rules. Step number 7 today. All right, becoming a certified CFO and never bring the pain home. Ultimate goal. As we play today, it's simple. There I am, dead in a coma. Wish I could have said, go boo. Oh, well, why don't you Google the address today and find out I'm telling you the truth. Very simple to do. I was in a coma at 5.5. I was told I was crippled. Got up because Jesus said so. Last coma, I got to die and come back and help you. So the devil's trying to hold us back and knock us down. But God's delays aren't God's denials. So here's chapter 18 I heard when I was 7.5 at the poker game. The corporation's a legal person. I went to the library the next day. All right, she walked away rudely, and I came back and said, here's a mock face, here's a book. I read the book. I looked for a blueprint. She didn't have one. So what do I get to do? See, the lack of knowledge makes people do stupid things. The bottom line is I got 100,000 in the mail, got them named in the movie Dave. I sent away my money, or I was 9.5. Why do people spend thousands for a corporation on a daily squat? Why do they do something stupid like that too? So a division, it allows us different things, different functions. We get to play. It allows us to disconnect, isolate, and incorporate too. And if we have tenants, someone slips and falls, they don't hurt you or the corporation, they just go after the division too. So it allows cash and supply credit. So we have to understand something today. Corporation and a division is a legal person. So we can become that certified CFO. I built credit for my cat to prove my point. Inc. magazine interviews me. Well, I'm at the bottom of it, and I said, use plastic to finance your business. And that's what they put on the next article too. Why don't you have 9 divisions starting today? It's simple. Get out your magic wand. See, under the corporation umbrella, here's what happens today. It's very simple. If you allow me to get the tax ID for you in my system, I get to create instant credit reports, Experian, Trandio, and Equifax. From there, I get to get cash credit cards. Next, we get you lined up for checkbook money. So let's understand today, 9 divisions it would take to get up to 1 million, 41 up to 5 million. So what happens on the divisions, I want you to do one thing for me right now. Please check the Secretary of State's website today about you and your corporation, please. I want you to realize without a division, you will become the duck personally, because that kind of sucks. They sue the corp, they sue you, and that makes you a duck too. No, divisions give you the line of defense. Without the divisions, I can't figure out a better way, but that's up to you. As we play, my system allows you to use tax ID to build credit reports, Experian, Trendro, and Equifax. Now, I find all the people in the world with all the excuses. I've been shot, I've been knifed, I've been homeless, stole my life, I've had a trash can, every friggin' thing that can happen. So there's no excuses. We might use a little bit of money from personal, start a corporation, but that's about it. From there, corporations should build themselves. And all the credits under the tax ID, so it's a full write-off too. So if you get your gold card today, for instance, all right, my next question, would you like 9 sister cards? See, we can multiply credit and understand how banks and grocery stores do based on branch numbers too. So you could play. Would you like a pack of 10 today? That's the ultimate goal. So that's how you build up to the $1 million even on one card. So today, I want you to understand, American Express offers you 99 more cards. They kind of push you to do it. From there, you can get a line of credit with them as well. They just want to know where they want you to deposit the money. Which account would you like? So divisions, tax ID, corporate umbrella. I add 2,000 of history. All right, very simple. All right, I charge $499 per division. You get 3 for $14.97 or 1 at $4.99. Again, it's a Zelle, and that's what you got to do. As we do this, if I get you credit, maybe you want to loan out some money. You can create a cash flow for you per time. In my book 45 years ago, paid 6. Enhance your paycheck or replace it, but it's your choice, because I like goodies. Do you like goodies yet? How many goodies would you like? So the goal should be 1 million in credit cards, cash cards for the corporation, and then 5 million in checkbook money. I think that should be your goal. Why don't we think about 100,000 to 1 million of OPM money down in Bradstreet and not have to pay anything up to 90 days. Is that okay? As we play the game. So I believe there's 10 great cards that are my favorite. If I get you a green card, unlimited up to 100,000, would you like 9 more? That way you create $1 million on that card. Would you like the blue from Bank of America too? 9 more as well. Wells Fargo, Inc., Gold. That could be up to $5 million just on 5 cards, not counting the other 5 cards. And then we got to focus on checkbook money. Banks are going to give you unsecured line of credit up to $150 as long as you have a 2-year corporation. And that's the ultimate goal. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase, US Bank, Navy Fed, and other ones too. That is called checkbook money. As we play the game, up to $5.4 million. So as we play today, you will need 3 to 9 divisions, no matter what you say or do, if you want up to that $1 million of credit too. So if you don't have a 2-year corp, wait till next year. Or I think Santos said I had 1 left today, and you're going to charge you $9.99 at the office. If it's done during the broadcast, it's $4.99. It is a Zelle. And you can qualify in any state you want to. And write down RW, and you want that $4.99 with the Shelf Corp. All right, then you can qualify in any state you want to and pay the filing fee too. So why corporate credit again? 5 reasons why. It's a write-off. It's free money. Maintain the payment. Doesn't hurt the family. Divisions line of defense. And now you get to build a legacy. If you want $1 million of credit, it's very simple. I charge 10% to build you up. That's 100,000. People used to wire that 10 times a day in 2009 all the time. So here's your $100,000. And if you did it today, I'm giving you 45,000 of bonuses. But what happens next is you pay in full, you get it for 50,000 with the bonuses, or 30,000 because you already have the bonuses. Or you can put $10,000 down and you can I'll build it for you. And on top of that, you can pay as I build your credit. Very simple to do. Now, I got specialty classes as well in rotation every Saturday at 8:30. So this weekend, it'll be stock kit class at 8:30. So understand, everything in all the specialty classes are $9.99 for 90 days, or $4.99 in each class. Ultimately, unless you're one of those programs as a bonus. Now, this stuff has to stop. Why would people jack up cards when they don't have to? Gold and platinums help you balance your debt because they never fluctuate. Every cash application for cash credit requires a certified CFO. If you want to use a credit card or a different method besides Zelle, all you got to do is email me your name and phone number. I have my controller call you right away. Now, if you use personal credit sort of business, I'm sorry, maybe a little bit. Anything else is kind of dumb. From there, corporate credit, borrow money is not taxable. Something goes wrong, it's a division, not the corporate, not you. Ultimate goal, there's your cake and eat it too. Ray's rules once again. We get to learn to play. Now, if I gave you a check hypothetically for $1 million, what would you do it today? I'm sorry, you'd put it in your personal bank account, you get to keep $375. I'd say that's kind of dumb. I would have told you to put it in a corporation in the division of you. Then you take all the money, pay all the bills first through the corporation structure, and pay tax on the leftover. No leftover, how much taxes really due? You see, you got to realize the United States of America did this in front of you. They have bankrupt 11 cities. So the corporation called the United States of America, very simple, got 50 corps called states. States got corps called cities, and they created Chapter 9 bankruptcy under the Federal Protection Act. You can do the same thing as long as you have no intent to do fraud. Ultimate goal, step number 9. Please Google bankruptcy today and find out the next time blank is a fan. Is it your SSN or SS4? Decide who's going to be the duck the next time. You, your family, or corporate division. So if you let me add you to my credit system, we can get you a $5 million mansion too if you want. Again, I can build you up to $1 million of credit, but you got to go to class, not fall in your what, and you got to pay attention and follow through. Ultimate go, here's a starter package. Credit rebuilding, rapid score, articles, also tax ID. Very simple, every Wednesday, Saturday, all right, at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, you have a corporate setup and a level 1. Now, I always want to try to give you as much credit as possible. If you Zelle $9.99 during the broadcast, you're getting $10,000, 10 times your money back. The office gives you $5,000. So now means 10. Do it later on with someone at the office, you get $5,000. And you'll tell them, well, Ray said this. No, he said during the webinar. Are these turned up? If you don't do it during the webinar, then you only get 5. That's the rules. Simple. It's my game. I made the rules. I analyze you, add history, and start popping credit as soon as possible. And I try to train you to be the CFO. Try, because if you don't follow through, that's on you. So the extra credit you get is during the broadcast only, and it's a Zelle. If you did it now, and you put RW when you do. Beat your doubt, run your race, get out of my way while I rebuild you, please. All right, getting past go. I like the goodies. I like the mansions in the harbor, God's gifts even too. Race boats and yachts. Why not? Helicopters, Lamborghinis, and buildings too. I would like you to change your driver's license to P.O. Box mailing address, but that's up to you for more privacy. All right, I'd like you to do that right away. Now, the next thing is look at the car you drive today. Simple. You let them sweat you for 5 hours. You lost 10,000 plus. All right, and on top of that, you probably got 9 inquiries. That's not how you buy a car. Sorry to say, we're going to use fleet price tax ID. All right, understand under the corporation, it's a write-off as you learn to be a certified CFO. If you basically look at the house, please don't put 2 people on the loan. That's kind of dumb. All right, that creates a loan to value. They both screw up. No one screws up, the other screwed up. No, even the car shouldn't be your car. Screw up the house or the car, guess what happens? The creditor gives it to the IRS. Now you get a 1099-C. 2 more problems. So the registered owner should be a division of a corporation. That way they get diddly squat and a bumpity bump. But that's step 14 for you today, planning the problem. Number 15 is pretty simple. All right, remember every Lamborghini or whatever you have, registered owner is a corporation's division. Again, it's up to you. So every property you ever obtain, please put under a division. I don't think you know who's going to slip, fall, and sue and screw you up, but it's up to you. Your paycheck should offset by your house payment. From there, Amazon didn't pay tax on the first 10 billion, a trillion. Why would they pay tax? They know how to play. The ultimate goal. You learn to be the certified CFO too. There's no loophole. They're doing what they're allowed to do. He bought Twitter within 24 hours using a line of credit. I think he's truly and he's truly dumb, in my opinion, too. But again, from there, he's got a spaceship. So do the other two guys. It's up to you. So you could join the club. You can win the battle if you want to. Step 15. Carl here uses lines of credit offset taxes on $1 billion. Walt Disney, all they use is an IOU, and they deduct taxes on $1 billion too. Now here's how it works. You got 90 days of level 1, 2, 3 special class and video conferencing. This is the new one that's starting next week, because this Saturday is their last and final one that they have. They're not getting any more. So today, if it was done today during the broadcast, it is $29.99. Office selling it for $7,999. That's a commission-based product. So you might want to get the discount through me. But again, if you want phone calls, you might want to get those too. Ultimate Go. It's a Zell, Ray Reynolds recipient. Ray at racecredit.com. Run your race, please run your life through a corporation or in conjunction. It's up to you. This is my opinion for you. Pay tax, buy a Lamborghini. Your paycheck's taxable income, is it not? You get the leftover, you pay the car payment, the gas, registration, insurance. Why don't you yell no, drive a company car like I do? Step 17. Why don't you turn around and get an SS4 form today? IRS.gov, you'll find it says banking and credit purposes. And I'm telling you the truth, it'll set you free. You never had to be a duck or a sheep in the first place, too. There you go. As we play, Mama, she had to live, basically, got baby born. Within 2 hours, they handed her an SSN form. So then the baby goes in the stroller on the way home. To me, everything's rules and tools. Simple. Escrow, close, homestead, trust. You have a house not in a trust and they sue you, they screw you, take it away. You die, get stuck in a probate, your family got diddly squat. Are these turned up today? You hired a contractor that hires a subcontractor that stands outside Home Depot. They slip fall, good workers, and if they basically cut corners too, and they basically sue you, what do? They take everything you got. And the bottom line, in my way, they get diddly squat. Why don't you look up irrevocable trust today? All right, but that's up to you. You're a grown-up too. Step 19, ultimate goal. We get to play. Stop bringing the pain home today. Now, I get people all the time. Ray, I don't want to pay tax. That's called stupid. Go to prison. I attacked you and then go to prison. Fix it. All right, this is the United States of America. This is not Scam USA. Wesley Snipes tried it. He went to prison for 3 years. Fined $5 million. You cannot play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. You got to basically man up, woman up, take your responsibility. That's why they have a form called 656, 433 A and B, step 20. The next thing is you got to think about basically being an OPM. Save up to 70%, don't pay a bill up to 90 days. Simple. 200,000 from an escrow, you leverage it 15 million. All right, raise rules, leverage your money up to 15 million. Borrow money is not taxable, line of defense. There's the ultimate goal. That's step 21 called blackjack. Wow, isn't that fun? As we play the game, here's Ray Reynolds University. 2009, locations in 3 other states, doing up to $1 million a day. Finally, in my life, I was proud of myself. I accomplished all the goals. I'm helping people 6 days a week. What am I supposed to do? Ultimate goal. I die in a coma. My life gets stolen. That sucks. So I've been through everything you've been through, probably more. So let's do yourself a favor. There's no excuse. All right, I took out my blueprint. Basically, it's called See It, Believe It, Go Get It. All right, took out my 5 closet divisions. Took out the credit I've built up to $53 million over the years. And I keep them organized in books. Instead of basically business cards, it's credit cards. And what do? Under the corporate umbrella? I build another $1 million of credit. So we don't play boo-hoo-hoo. Step 22, 1,000 steps to millionaire, certified CFO. If you don't have the Millionaire's Founders Kit, it's free today. Only use $99. It takes care of shipping and handling, and someone will ship it right away. There's your Zell. Now I'm online 6 days a week. Been in front of people in line for 6 days a week for 45 years. Ultimate goal, remember, credit, loan money. That's how you get that first 100,000 and you turn it to financial freedom of between 10,000 and 50,000 a month. Next, you might think about hedge funds. You might think about Section 8s, franchises, something. Because you got to get to the point you have residual income. Section 8 gives that to you all the time and guarantees the payment to you too. But again, this is up to you. As you structure the boot camp, 30th, 1st, 2nd, we're going to go through the 18 books and CDs. We're going to go into basically, leaving a legacy, planning to die, and other things too. Ultimate goal, all right, your biggest problem is probably you. Learn, do not think, just do. So again, expos, franchises, and don't miss the boot camp. As you play, here's a program today, Ultimate. You get private calls and you get the boot camp. And here you get 90 days of private calls. Offices give you 30, and you get level 1, 2, and 3 for another 90 days in 9 divisions. The first 2 here, they get the boot camp and they get the credit only. All right, they don't get those goodies. All right, the other 4 get the goodies based on their investment too. So you might want to make sure you understand, take a picture, it's good today only during the broadcast. It's a zell. As we play, a corporation's a legal person. A division is your line of defense. You're allowed to basically play with them, different functions, different locations, and the ability to disconnect, isolate, incorporate tenants in real estate too. Remember, you get to build cash and supply credit per division. So keep in mind, under the corporate umbrella, every tax ID is entitled to a credit report, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. This tax ID, that is my dashboard to help you build you again too. Again, 9 divisions should build up to $1 million. 41 up to $5 million. What happens is get you a pack of 10, 1 card. The next thing is, would you like 9 more? That's up to you, as you want to basically learn the daisy chain credit too. Ultimate goal. So again, that's how you build up to the $1 million, if not more. As we structure, keep in mind, they do offer 99 cards per card. Next, they even offer lines of credit. So again, divisions are tax ID. All right, build the corporate umbrella. All right, set up the reports and add 2,000 of history. They're each $4.99 each, 3 for $14.97. It is a zell today. Ultimate goal, what are you willing to lose? Family? No. Corp? No. Division. If we play chess today, we'll lose pieces on both sides. All right, my way, I've created this program. We both get to win, we both get checkmate. Ultimate goal, step 23. So if we play today, it's reaching the dream, think to be the impossible. All right, teaching people how to be certified CFOs and up to $1 million of credit using the corporate divisions. Ultimate goal. So if you want to be next, you let me know. We'll hold your hand as we coach you and do the process too. $1,000 is basically going to be what you need to do. You get you started right away. It's a starter program for you, but so I add history to you. So let's understand. If you let me add history and basically in my system rebuild you, I got to analyze you, show you how to get the American dream. Got to show you exactly the truth. And what you need to do is your part. From there, I'll call your case number on Saturday, 1:30 Pacific Standard Time in rotation. So remember, never have joint credits just in the way. Buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, trust. Why people spend thousands on a corporate don't learn diddly squat, I don't understand why they kill money. They're free in all 50 states. You pay a filing fee. Divisions for real estate, franchise, current business, and line of defense. Raise rules, building bonus cash credit, so they can write it off and take away any excuses they have. And get the American dream, step number 24. As we play, 750 is waiting for every one of you. What does that mean? We analyze you. We do a rapid refresh. We tear apart your reports. We build them up like Humpty Dumpty again. The target is 750. We charge $9.99 each person. We give you $1,000 card back. During the broadcast, I discounted to $4.99. Ultimate goal, the card becomes $500 because the goal is to let you reimburse yourself too and build it up and away. Next thing is that bonus is only good during the broadcast. Starter package, let's rebuild the credit rapid score. Articles, office, tax ID are free if you don't have them already. Set up in level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time too. If you do it on the webinar, it's $9.99. You get 10,000 of credit. If not, you call the specialist, they give you 5,000 of credit. It's still $9.99. The goal is we analyze, add history, and we try to pop credit as soon as possible as you become the certified CFO. Okay? Bonus extra credit is only during the broadcast with me. It is a Zell. As we do this, you can refer people if you want. Referrals will build more credit or will sell you back 10%, but that referral has to name your name when they sign up. If not, they blew it for you. You can always email me the name and phone number so I can call them right away so you can get your credit for that too. As you play, it's a corporation with entities called divisions. Your bank's bankrupt locations and write it off on their taxes. Your Sam's Club, your Geico, your cities. It's about time you learn basically to do a couple things. Stop bringing the pain home. Become a certified CFO and reprogram your brain to millionaire status. Look behind the curtain, all right, and understand to stay safe and strong. We do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. So at the end of the day, you got a choice now. It's called Zell now. Or you can call 800-254, all right, 9506. You can call the number, talk to a specialist. They're going to give you the best deal they can. If you want what I offer you today, ask for Scott. That's all you got to do. So we do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. And we never forget at the end of the day, God loves us all.